Saudações, I hope I said that right, from Miami, Florida, USA, at the University of Miami. My name is Cristina Favretto, and I'm the head of special collections at the University of Miami. So special collections usually collects rare books, manuscripts, and archives. It's what is special about a collection. But we believe that zines are special, and therefore we've built one of the largest zine collections in the country. And it's the result of a fortunate accident. Well, for one thing, I used to be a zinester, and I love zines and know their value. But for another, I'm also lucky enough to know many people in the zine community here in Florida and in the United States and around the world. So we started acquiring collections. It started out with a large donation from a collective called the Firefly Collective. So we have the Firefly zines, but we also got important zines within collections, and that is where meeting the wonderful GaZine came in, because we have the Leila Micoli's collection of zines. It's a large collection. We've just selected one box to show you. So you can see that they live in acid-free boxes, acid-free folders, and each one contains important zines from Portuguese history. Here's one called Fahrenheit 451. Okay, and it's about, as you can imagine, among other things, censorship. So zines, as you know, are able to tell us things that maybe a mainstream publication can't do, because they have editorial concerns, they need to make money with advertisers, etc. So zines can always be, kind of at least a more individualistic voice. Not necessarily the voice of truth, because they're subjective. So besides the Firefly collection and Leila Micoli's, we have what we call adjacent collections. So collections that came to us from individuals, or sometimes we purchased them from dealers. But we also have a very significant large collection of fanzines about science fiction that were collected by a gentleman by the name of Lenny Kaye. If you haven't heard that name before, you should look it up. Lenny Kaye was the drummer, and still is the drummer, of the Patti Smith Band. He's a drummer. I'm not saying he's the drummer for the Patti Smith Band. He put together a fascinating collection of science fiction zines, and we have it at the University of Miami. We also, just randomly picking another zine from this box. Let's see. Let's do this one. Okay, this is a grouping of zine. Folha de Tierra, excuse my pronunciation. Again, it's printed, it's not just photocopied, or it's not that ransom note text we're used to. But it's got the little drawings, it's got some charts, and again, this is something that not many people will have saved. So the fact that we have it is important, because we may be one of the few institutional repositories in the world to have such a collection, and this is what makes these zines so important. They tell us about a certain time in history from the point of view of different individuals, and not the mainstream media. As you know, there are some zines that are pieces of art. Here's a recent one we acquired by Daniel Gorostiaga, Alone with Everybody. It's about the rise of the internet, and really contains some various, I think they're linoleum prints. They're beautiful. So they're kind of a cross between artists' books and zines, and we also have a large collection of artist books. Here's another box. We just chose a couple to show you of zines. This is from our zine collection, and it includes, Filth and the Fury. This one's about punk, of course. That was the headline when the Sex Pistols gave one of their first televised interviews. They said some things that normally people didn't say on TV, and the next day that was the headline on one of the tabloid newspapers. Here's one, Bay State Badass, which is about bike riders and bike riders' rights. These are in Boston, actually. And jamming, we have a strong collection of reggae zine. So here they, Just think, this is just a random box. We have over 15,000 of them. So the next thing you need to do is come and visit us. Bienvenidos, we'll say. And welcome to the University of Miami brief tour of our zine collection. Like I said, we have over 15,000 of them. So come and visit.